Thank you to my good friend from Arizona for heading this up today, and to Heritage and all of our panelists. I appreciate this honest conversation on a very key topic. We watch as government is basically, in my home state as well as here federally, during the Biden administration especially, is just trying to price people out of the American dream, the American lives. They don't want single family housing. They don't want you in a car of your choice. They don't want you to do things that you're accustomed to in living in this way in this country. They just want you all in a tall building with walkable work and riding a bike. So, and the time we spend in our committees during this Democrat majority has been basically talking mostly about the racial makeup of federal agencies or climate change. I'm on the Ag Committee, and they're trying to apply it to how you till your soil. So it's really in a bad way. And the time we're losing right now, due to ESG and such, as you've talked about, several of you, with the rigging of our financial system here, to where people can no longer be part of traditional energy. They have to shift it all this way. They're going to continue to phase us out unless the Republican Congress that hopefully takes over in January, and then a president in 24 can turn us back in a good direction. So that all said, we're watching the mistakes being made around the world. Germany got rid of most of their nukes, maybe all of them. Decided to rely on Russian gas. Well, they see, hey, nobody could see that coming. So now they're going to have to turn their coal-fired plants back on. And so can't we learn lessons from this? Our own freight trains are not able to run because they don't have the workforce to run them ostensibly. So we're not getting the ethanol that we'd be making in California plants or shipped to California. Not that ethanol is the be-all or end-all. So let me focus it down onto a couple things, lightning round with all of our panelists here. President Biden is talking about doing a tax holiday on gas at 18.4 and diesel at 24.4 cents to help save that amount on $5, $6 fuel. Also, my home state of California is resisting doing that, where California has approximately $1.30 of all taxes, including the federal bit in there. They refuse to even talk about it hardly, unless they want to give you a gas gift card that they'll even give to electric car owners. Tell me about the wisdom, all four of our panelists, real quickly, on what should we embrace the president's gas tax, diesel tax holiday, when also at the same time we're running a massive federal deficit, and it's not that big of a portion of the cost of fuel? How wise is that, Mrs. Agama?
Well, I think we should really focus on just increasing production. Just get the government out of the way, because that's going to, reducing your price at the pump by 18 cents is insignificant compared to what we could do if we actually unleashed American oil production.
Absolutely.
That's just what I was going to say.
Yeah. Just one quick comment. The claim of this administration to want lower gasoline prices is at best a gigantic pretense and most likely a lie. Their goal from the beginning is to make fossil fuels unaffordable so you don't use them. And so everything needs to be focused on blaming the current global anti-fossil fuel movement, including this administration, for the problem, and demanding that they reverse course in a systematic way. And I think all the focus needs to be on that, and do not allow them to blame industry, and don't allow them to do these ridiculous tiny measures that act like they care about the problem. They don't. They are the problem.
Lies upon lies. 94% capacity is what our refiners are running. That's what Biden's focusing on until he goes to Saudi Arabia. Secretary Perry, did you have a thought on this tax?
This one is simple. Having been a chief executive of a fairly substantial entity back for about 14 years, the answer is no.
Thank you. Quickly, I want to remind everybody that carbon dioxide is 0.04% of our atmosphere. It's not 20 or 30, 40 or 50% like everybody thinks it is, as it's hyped. It's probably not even truly a greenhouse gas, except it was dubbed by that by EPA. Methane, other things, those are the problem gases. Plants dig it on CO2. And if we didn't have at least 200, plant life would die off. Let me make a point here, and you don't have to come back on it, but the supply of urea, which is mostly imported from Russia, China, and Qatar, is going to be very dire as Russia and China are cutting off those exports. Urea is important not only for fertilizer for farms, as I'm a farmer in real life, but also the production of the additive that goes in diesel for 20 and 10 new engines, that the DEF. We're going to run out of DEF. That means all the trucks and other equipment, farm equipment that needs that, they will not run without that. They will not run without this additive that keeps the exhaust cleaner. We're in dire straits if we don't have that stuff, and we're in great danger of running out because we don't have the urea to production in this country that used to be in the southern states to do that. We have to up the urea production so we can make this DEF and keep our engines running, unless we want to use our old trucks and tractors, et cetera. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, gentlemen. Minutes to the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Donalds, after which to Mr. Bishop.